Hello.
Okay, excellent. So, Magdalena, what's the best? I'm conscious that I might be completely mispronouncing your name. So, what's the best name to call you by, or how do I pronounce your name?
Just call me Magda for short.
Okay, all right, Magda, that's way more easy for me. So, like as I sort of said to you yesterday, the reason we wanted to give you a call, and it's myself and George, and I'll let George introduce himself in a minute, is I'm doing some study at the moment around apprenticeships, basically talking to, well, doing it within Auto Trader, looking at why Auto Trader is using or is taking on apprentices, and what that means for the company and things they've got to do differently. And so I'm speaking to a lot of the people who are setting the apprentice scheme up at Auto Trader, but then I'm also going to be speaking to the apprentices like yourself. So we've already spoken to someone else this morning, but thank you for giving us a bit of your time. Uh, the way we're going to do it though is rather than me ask all the questions because I kind of know a lot about what's going on in Auto Trader, George, who I'm also studying with, is going to do the actual interviewing because he doesn't work at Auto Trader, so it makes him a bit more impartial, I guess.
Okay.
So with that, I'll hand you over to George and you can introduce yourself, mate.
Okay, hi Magda. So, as Tim said, we're part of a group working on a project for some additional study and things, and these interviews are part of that. So I do have just several questions to ask you, kind of based around what drove you and why you were interested in going to an apprenticeship, kind of what you're expecting from it, and kind of future career, that side of things. So, if it's okay with you, I'll. Oh, just one other thing to note. It's very informal, two-way conversation. So, if you have any questions for me or Tim, or feel free to interrupt and ask any questions, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess the first question then is just a bit about your background. Like, are you from Manchester and from that area? Have you always lived there, that type of thing?
Yeah, I live in Stratford. I've always lived in Manchester before I actually came, because I came to the UK from Poland, so I've li been living here for like 10 years now, always in Manchester.
Okay, great. And is this kind of apprenticeship your first sort of paid employment, or have you worked previously anywhere?
I did a level 3 apprenticeship at Bright Future
Okay.
previously, but obviously that we all got made redundant and we had to like look for somewhere else to finish our level 3.
Okay, and but no other kind of like weekend work or anything.
Okay. I started off, I think I was 16 or 17. I started off having a part-time job during college, where I did party hosting, which was like children's birthday parties and
Okay.
stuff like that. I currently now have a part-time job. Well, it's a casual job,
Yeah.
which is like food and beverage assistant at
Okay.
Victoria Warehouse. So it's like you have different events like weddings and conferences, meetings, and you just like serve food, tea, coffee, stuff like that.
Yeah. Lots of free food as well, hopefully.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so what kind of just, I guess broadly, what made you decide to go down the route of the apprenticeship?
Before I actually started my apprenticeship, I went to uni because like parents usually expect you to go to university, and I was like, it's not really my thing, but I'll give it a go, see if I like it. So I went to MMU
Mhm.
to study international business, and I was there for 4 months, and I didn't like it. So I had my mind set on apprenticeships before that, but I just wanted to give it a try, maybe see if I like it, and I changed my mind. But no, I still wanted to do an apprenticeship, so I stopped doing my uni course and started applying for different apprenticeships that I think I'd, be good at or would enjoy doing. So I applied for like hairdressing at first, beauty,
Yeah.
and then I came across the software development one.
Yeah.
I've never heard of software development before, so all I knew was that it was computers, and I did good in IT and I like computers, so I thought give it a try, see maybe they could, they I have a chance.
Yeah.
So yeah, they called me up for the interview, and I came in, did like an assessment, and they said that I got the position, so I was really happy.
Yeah, great. Great news. So, if you don't mind me asking, what was it about university you didn't like?
Well, to begin with, I didn't like the course.
Okay.
Um, I'm not really business minded or anything. Just the fact that it's all you have to learn for exams, and you don't really get much practical work done. It's all just theory based, which I like to get my hands on, like doing stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And no, that's a fair point. And you're so obviously it's a bit of a different a contrast going for apprenticeships in kind of hairdressing and then computer programming. Did
Yeah.
you have any kind of help with the interview stages or any guidance on how to do that?
I think the very first one I had, the beauty one,
Yeah.
I had like a person that would like talk me through like, they're gonna be asking this, the place is this. They sent me like emails to help me. Other than that, I've managed myself.
Okay. And that excuse me, sorry, that person is that kind of a friend, a family friend, or is that more kind of formal from education who was helping with the first one?
I think it was some like apprenticeship company. I'm not sure what it was called though.
And that was just kind of free guidance, was it? They were just offering some.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's good. Okay. So any particular reason other than obviously computer program being an interest, why you chose Auto Trader?
I've heard many good things about Auto Trader, and obviously it's a really big company, so I'm expecting to, grow there and keep improving, and it's somewhere I can progress.
Yeah, so that's a good point actually. Are you able to talk a little bit more kind of what your expectations are from the apprenticeship?
Just probably like referring to the previous apprenticeship I did, just get a lot more guidance, get proper training, have like different opportunities to like meet new people, improve my skills, just stuff like that.
Okay, yeah, that's good. And I mean, in terms of your, I guess your future career, then where do you think or where do you perceive this will kind of where are you aiming for? Where do you think the apprenticeship will end up?
Hopefully a junior developer role, I'd like to think.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, and do you have any further kind of ambitions for more senior positions, or is the focus just on the development at the moment?
Yeah, I think I'm focusing on like what's happening now more, and then I'll see where life takes me really.
Yeah, okay. And in terms of the actual, I guess, what you will learn on the apprenticeship, do you have a kind of a view on what type of things you'll be learning?
I actually got my contract through the mail yesterday, so there was like a role specification, which I've not gotten around to reading yet,
Okay.
but it's just different programming languages and stuff like that, and learning agile
Yeah.
methodologies and all of that.
Okay. And are you aware of any sort of mentoring support that they offer as well?
When I went to the like it was like a open day, if you want to call it, where we came in and got told around the office.
Yeah.
Um, they said that we'll be put in pairs with like other people, so they can like guide us and help us and train us.
Okay. Okay. Um, I did just want to jump back again because I did think it's quite interesting to me that you've kind of wanted to do apprenticeships, but you went to university because you were kind of guided, and I think you're right in saying that parents do guide that way. Do you know of anyone else, like any of your friends or anything else, who have done a similar thing where they've started at university and then kind of decided to change and go down an apprenticeship route?
I don't know anyone that went to university, but I know people who quit college, like
Okay.
like first year of college, and then went on to doing an apprenticeship.
So they would have been doing kind of A level, I guess, is it A levels, AS level, that sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah, yes, I think.
Okay, okay. Tim, did you have anything you wanted to jump in with as well?
Yeah, no, I was just thinking about that as well. So you went to university. How did you find out about apprenticeships before that? You sort of said you'd always thought apprenticeships was probably right for you, but who told you about it? Was it your guidance counselors or at school or?
I first heard about apprenticeships when I was finishing high school, but I wanted to go to college first.
Who did you hear about them from?
Um, I think someone came in to talk about apprenticeships and colleges,
Mhm.
and then I've obviously like they mentioned college and then apprenticeships, and I was like, I'd rather go to college first
Yep.
and then do an apprenticeship.
And has anyone else in your family ever done an apprenticeship, or like your extended family, or your mum or dad, or brothers sisters?
Uh, no, but my brother's currently starting college, so if he said he was considering apprenticeships if he doesn't go to university.
Mm. And did you do any of your own research then about apprenticeships? Like, go I don't know, go online, ask other people. How did you find out? Because it sounds like you've pretty well prepared yourself. How did you know what to do?
I went on this website. I don't remember the name. It talks like everything for like students and teenagers,
Right,
about like college, university, GCSEs, just every single topic really. And
right,
I just like it's basically a forum where people ask like questions or they want
yep,
to like relate to other people. And I've just done my research on there, like asking question which one's better, apprenticeship or university, or how
mm,
to go about like looking for an apprenticeship, what's the
yep.
process, and it practically had it all on there. So
Yeah. And is there any people on there that you've met through that forum who are already doing software developer apprenticeships?
no, no, I haven't.
Right. Yep. Okay. Um, okay. No, that's fine. You go
Okay.
back, George. Yeah.
Yes. So I was just interested. I had a question from a slightly different perspective with regards to kind of why do you think that businesses are starting or potentially starting to see that businesses are taking on more apprentices and running more apprenticeship schemes?
I think it's because um, like obviously people learn through different like learning styles, and I think more people want to get hands-on experience because most a lot of companies tend to look for experience more than like what you know, because obviously they want to know they want to employ someone that they know they're gonna do the job properly, they know they've done it before and they have the right experience to do it, so they're gonna do it correctly. And if you go to uni, obviously you can do like placement years and stuff, but it's only still 1 year, and I feel like it's just mostly theory that you learn, which I, I don't think you're gonna use I don't think you're gonna use half of it when you go out into the like actual employment life.
Yeah.
Uh, do you think there's anything though that people do get out of university that maybe you'll have to learn on the job?
Um, Definitely. Like for example, I have a friend who's just finished her second year at university, and she's doing accounting. So obviously that's like a money based like industry. So obviously she's gonna have to know a lot of theory, but I think it's just the customer service side of things and like how to actually get about in a workplace environment. Because I was speaking to her the other day and she's quite like worried starting a job because she's not gonna have a clue what to do because it's all gonna be new for her.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's true. And just you said you were saying sort of like you've got your focus on getting to being a junior developer, and then it's sort of like see what happens next. So you've lived in Manchester, all the time you've been in the UK. Would you ever think about moving anywhere else around the UK or even anywhere else in the world?
I have thought about it a couple of times, but yeah, I'd have to have money first.
Mm.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think also I'd have to. It's a really big decision to make because obviously coming over to the UK was already like a massive experience. It was a big decision to make because it started off as my dad just, having a job here and making that extra money to support the rest of us while we were in Poland. But then eventually, like I think it was like a year or so after, my mum and my brother came over, and then I finished school, and then I came over here last, and I think like settling here was, a massive step. So I'd definitely have to be ready to do all of that again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry, Tim, are you still there?
Hi, sorry, yeah, I've just rejoined. I just dropped off.
Yeah, sorry, I just saw some, I guess they're cakes. I saw some more cakes flash up.
They are cakes.
Yeah.
Lamingtons, all the way from Australia. There you go. Sorry, yeah. Did you finish that question though?
Yes, yeah, yeah.
So just wanted some more on the details. So when you went and did the visit of the tour of the office, was that kind of what you were thinking the office would look like, or?
Oh gosh, it was amazing. I was amazed how cool it looks. Very modern.
And have you spoken to any of the other apprentices who are on the program but maybe aren't going to Auto Trader?
Can you like explain a bit more about
Oh,
other apprentices?
oh, so when you did your assessment day, you did the assessment day and there were some other companies there? Um, did you meet sort of any of the other apprentices who've gone to maybe some of the other companies other than Auto Trader?
I'm not when because we had Auto Trader come in. I think it was some company called Push On and some other one to interview all of us. And I'm not like obviously they interviewed everybody, but I'm not sure who else got a job with any of the other ones because they were all from a different group to like at Bright Future, so I didn't really speak to them.
Right. Okay. So yeah, you don't know the other people. So how long had you been at Bright Futures before it closed?
Almost a year.
Right. Right. Okay. And you said you were saying about how you wanted to get some proper training out of this compared to what you were doing. What's the differences, say, between what you were getting at Bright Futures and what you think you might look like at Auto Trader?
I think there's gonna be a lot more people to just help and guide you because at Bright Future, obviously we had like software trainers and stuff like that, but because they had other roles within the company, they weren't always there when we needed help. Whereas I feel like Auto Trader will be able to provide it like more often.
Yeah. And so at Bright Futures, was it just sort of a team of all of apprentices, and then you'd get these software trainers who'd come in and sort of work with you for a little bit and then leave?
Um, yeah, what we did was we were put into like monthly groups. So like I was in a February group because I started in February, and we just had different software trainers that taught us like different languages and all the methodology and stuff. So we started off, when we first started out Bright Future, it was doing the training in the morning, and then the afternoon would be spent doing the coursework. And then we went on to, we did that for a while, and then we stopped doing the training and focused on the coursework. And then it got back to, I think we did mostly training after that, and then we got put on projects and stuff. So we did like commercial stuff in the morning, and then in the afternoon we'd do the coursework.
Right. Okay. Yep. And I'm not sure if we asked this one, George, but I might have missed it, but I'll go back over again, which was, why do you think Auto Trader is using apprentices? You know, why are they hiring apprentices rather than going out to get, you know, graduates like they normally would for software developers? What's the differences?
I think they can just like teach and train them from scratch, if you know what I mean. So they're gonna go through like all the different stages, all the knowledge that they need to know from the start. Whereas if you get a graduate, they'll have like some theory, but it'll be different to what the company may know and teach, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then the other one is about, so you know, you'll be working, I guess, in teams where most of those people, just because this is the way everyone used to get into software development, will all be from university. How do you think they might feel about actually now they're being apprentices there?
Well, I'm hoping they're nice people. They don't look down on us or anything like that. I feel like because it's Auto Trader and all the people I've met so far are definitely really nice people, I feel like they're gonna like take us more seriously and, you know, help us along while we're doing it, because we all go through like the stages where we have to learn stuff and then get better. So they've been there, just done a different route.
Yep, cool. George, you got anything else?
No, my list is covered.
Have I done well?
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Yeah, no, sort of super interesting, Magda, like George says. And yeah, I mean, what we've done is we recorded this, and then we'll go back through and make some notes, and I'm sure we'll think of other questions we wish you'd asked you. So what I'll do is I'll if I've got any more, I'll just give you a call and and ask you about those. And then, are you starting at Auto Trader on the 26th of September? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll make sure I come and find you and say hello on that day.
Ah, thank you. I'll be
All
pleased
right.
to meet you.
Yeah, no worries. All right. Thanks very much for your time. And
Thank you very
George,
much.
thank you as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.